Information that I might have in order to help pull us together. Okay. Sarah, Sarah, Tornay, Tornai.
Someone has pulled the battery carrier from the second mic. If anyone has seen a long black tube that has slots for 2 batteries, we'd really like it back so you can have 2 mics.
Alright, I feel like we should hear from someone else in the vibe check corner. Anyone else want to speak up that was missing from that conversation? You have a hand over there. Alright, cool. Pass this mic to Purple.
Thank you. My name is Tay. There was a flag that was presented to us. Who has that yellow flag that was presented to us? So my dear friend Mike brought this. This was flying over Seattle during the WTO. And it has been, thank you, it has been brought to us to fly over this camp as a continuation of that movement. And I just thought that really needed to be called out to everybody. Is there was some talk of do we need to have a governing body and organize and negotiate demands, and I just wanted to say, look, we already have demands. Our first demand, we all know this, is defunding these motherfuckers. Our second demand is that money be invested in Black and brown communities, specifically Black communities. And third of all, free the frickin' protesters. Those are the demands we need to be rallying around. I agree that there may need to be more in time, but we need to stay focused on what our Black leadership has asked of us and prioritize their voices. Thank you.
I want you guys to know how appreciate each and every one of you guys for being out here. It truly means something. And with us being out here every day, we are truly making a change. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Whose lives matter?
Alright, anybody else that want to tap in on the vibe check? Anyone else want to speak up from that group? Anyone else outside of that group say that was in tactical planning that want to speak on a vibe check? Actually, if you're going to talk on tactics, we'll do that last. Anyone from the group that wants to talk about the planning of what this space is going to look like and how do we protect it?
Thank you. So some of the notes that we touched on earlier was, I think even before we started the group, was stand. And that means that everybody will get a turn to talk. So someone will go around and say, oh, you want to go next? Write your name down and you can go next. So I think that's one of the nice things. We touched on local deliveries. That's a concern here. There is COVID-19 mutual aid who's willing to help deliver food and medicine here. So yeah, it's beautiful. I don't think they're gonna do Amazon delivery or anything like that. I don't think we want that here anyway. We did talk about maybe protesting at Shama Suwan's home or the mayor's home to talk peacefully to talk about the demands that we want, such as defunding the police and the other politics. Wow, you guys, this is nerve-wracking being up here in front of all of you, but thank you. Thank you. We're all people. I'm sure everybody feels like this, okay? So one thing that just kept coming up over and over and over again is more structure. Everybody wants more structure, goals, and accountability. I think that's pretty fair. We want long-term goals, that was the group I was in. And I think that one of the best things we're doing is here today, talking with other people and discussing solutions. Because that's what this is really about, and that's where we're gonna find out what works the best and what other possibilities there are. So we're doing that, and I think we're doing things, guys. I love you all. I'm so happy that we're doing this together. So we want leaders in buildings. Like, you got an apartment building, maybe somebody there can be a leader. So you talk with the people that live with you, and then like you can get a feel for what that group of people wants and communicate it to the next group of leaders. We're all leaders here, so take that position and talk to people and see what they want and talk about what we can do. And I think a lot of people are doing a great job just taking steps on their own, you know, trying to figure out how to walk here and what works and what doesn't. So congratulations on all of that. We want to get notes out to people, notes like points that we're talking about that are important, and put flyers around the city so that more people can understand what's going on here. Somebody mentioned a gun-free zone. I don't know about that. We all need to stay safe. I know that's true. Oh, and we want groups that have been talking about Black Lives Matter for years to get in this conversation. There's a lot of people that have been doing this for years because this has been going on for years, and now we're here talking about it. So I would love to see more people that that say, you know, I've been doing this for years, and get up here and talk. So I don't know what we can do to get other community members like far away involved in this. They're also doing their own thing. We're all doing our own thing. We're all doing great. So I just have one last little thing, a little poem for everybody. I know you guys will love it. Hi, I'm here because Black Lives Matter. George Floyd is proof of how Black lives are shattered. I'm sad. Growing up, I've always wondered why people were bad. Killing, raping, stealing nearly everything, babies, harming babies. Why would anybody do that? I'm mad, and I'll fight back against every wrongful attack. To all my people, everybody, I have your back. Let's stand together and trust these facts. Love is the ultimate weapon and medicine. Now we must come together in unison to create bright days for all of us, friends. But wait a second, Breonna Taylor still hurts to think about. I hope you know how she wants her clout. If it brings us together, she would be proud. Let's not forget our Black brothers and sisters here today and what they have to say. I heard reparee, Green New Deal. How about a Black New Deal? Black Lives Matter. How about a Green New Deal that's real, that we all feel? I'm sorry, a Green New Black Deal that we feel that's real, that we all feel. That's what we need to do, because it can be so good. It can be so good, but it's been so bad. Seriously, it's been so bad, this world. The bad stuff hurts, but it's what we do with it that works. It's gonna work now because I'm not looking down, I'm proud. And you should be too, because we're here out here trying to stay true. Now ICE, what the fuck is that? Families in cages? Anybody mad? I want less weapons, less military, less no family apart, no families apart. Right now, we're here, and this is a start. So, make some new friends and talk with your heart. If we want to stay together, let's not be apart. Here's a thought. I have more food than I needed to bought. Don't get sidetracked for my improper grammar. I'm almost done. Please be loving, guys. We're all people here. I'm almost done. This is about love. Don't get sidetracked for my improper grammar. Together, too many people are locked up in the slammer. Invest in community. Let us live beautifully. Wait, let's just live beautifully. Thank you, family. I love you guys. Let's all be loving and kind to each other, because, you know, I'm coming here to be your people, man. Hey, we're all people.
Hey, you had bars, but right now we're trying to talk about the long-term plan. Anyone else from that long-term planning group want to speak up with long-term plans?
Yes, there are always some top players. The majority of them left, but it's not like you just left your apartment and you're trying to get it, you're trying to get ready for the next day. No, it's not completely clean all the way out. There still are people,
Before we get started, we actually have an announcement. There's been a lot of rumors, and a lot of negatives.
Okay, hi guys. First of all, everybody give themselves a pat on the back for being a participant in this today. This is incredible, and literally, the world is watching, and the way I know that is because there are a couple of undercover CNN reporters among us here. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the only ones. Specifically, I want to address Carmen Best's press conference today, in which she explained to the citizens of Seattle and the world that we are checking IDs at our checkpoints. So I'd like to see a show of hands for anyone who had their ID checked today. I hope the media is getting this, because it's fucking bullshit that our chief of police continues to lie on us, that they're working and endorsing those lies, and it's fucking problematic, and we are done with it. Now the second lie that I would like to uncover today is that protesters have been going to small businesses in the Chaz, that's the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, and extorting them for security at their front doors. They've also said that people are calling them, requiring them that they pay for security, that they are charging people to come into their businesses. I walked around to Willow, where'd she go? 10 businesses. I'm gonna read them all off to you. Bagel Altana, no. Little Big Burger, no. B Cuts, no. The liquor store across the street, nobody's gone there either. Danbo, no. Minot, no. Byton, no. Cupcake Royale, no. Petty Rosso, no. And Baka Bak, no. And furthermore, every single business said protesters have been wildly respectful. And something that was pointed out to me today is that the anger that I feel in this moment is that our mayor and chief of police continue to lie on us. And what I want everyone, especially white people in this audience, to sit with is that is how our black and brown siblings exist every single day. So overall, keep doing this amazing work. It's gonna be hard, guys. It's gonna be brutal. And in the words of late, great Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues.
All right, anybody else from that same group want to speak up on what they saw? Let's pass this one right behind. Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Cheers, man. Hey, I live up there. I usually can't join the protests, but I've been screaming from my roof. It's been a lot of fun. I came down here because I wanted to talk about sustainability from the sense of wider community, not just us on the ground here, but us up in the buildings there. There's a number of reasons why people up in our buildings can't join the protests. And I think one of the biggest risks is, how do I put this? Pressure from the residents in like the physical buildings. Temperature's running high down here and up there. And I think one of the biggest risks is the people up in the buildings there, in addition to the lies that the media is spreading, right? So the media is saying that people are being ID'd, that businesses are being charged like fees to be operating. I think, for me, one of my thoughts is that the biggest way towards sustainability is making sure that we're working together with the business community, with the residential community up in the physical buildings, the residential community down here, and the people that are working hard to keep this movement going. You guys have been here for 10, 13 days now. Everybody's tired, but like this person said over here, it's a marathon, right? Not a sprint. So the more that we burn ourselves out right here, right now, the more we run the risk of this not continuing and not reaching kind of the goals, the long-term goals that we want for the state, for defunding the police, for reallocating the budget. I've got a friend over there calling that residents community group. We want to make sure that we've got communication going between the residents here, the residents down there, the residents up there. So if anybody would like to speak, this big sign over there, residents affinity group. Huh? All right, I'll just stop paying rent.
What's going on, man?
If anybody else from the sustainability team wants to talk, I know somebody was next. Please come up. Let's keep it going. Let's be respectful of each other down here. Respectful of people up there, people up there, people there. Respect is what's going to get us to our long term. But keep the fight going. Keep the pressure on the groups that need to be under pressure right now. Okay.
How you doing, man? You safe? I saw the news when I come down.
Yeah, it's literally, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Cool. Thanks everybody for allowing me to speak.
You gotta pay a price for being in the front every day, man.
I was watching the news earlier today, and I think it's really important that they were speaking that all of this is, driven by Capitol Hill residents, but I disagree a little bit. I think majority of this group live here or has had some strong connection to here for at least the past 5 to 15 years. Gentrification is super here. So I think this is bigger than this area. This is for Seattle. We need to work out. And Jenny Durkin has the power for Seattle, not just Capitol Hill. On my first point, in our group, we were kind of talking about organization and centralizing intelligence in a sense. I think that's very important. We need to go ahead and stay in control of the narratives. We need to go ahead and weed out, people being distracted by the wrong thing. But ultimately, I think for this space, I think it's the strongest leverage point that we have right now. And there's no way that we can give this up without the demands that have already been established by the community members.
That's right. Yep. We're not moving until we get them.
There's no way that the police can have this down. If anything, we need to slow this down and march somewhere else and keep it going everywhere else. It's a volcano. It's going to splash all over. We can get into voter suppression. We can get into working out with that. But I think the ultimate goal for this spot, just staying on something, there's no way the police is out of No fucking way. So, just wrapping it up, I like that everybody's on the same narrative. There aren't IDs being checked, there aren't being businesses extorted, there's not being a fucking riot. It's peaceful, people trying to do
You may not know me. My name is Sophia. I live about a couple blocks that way. I have new to all this, and I'm generally a pretty shy person. But one of the things that I really value is having a community to talk to and having a community that lets anybody talk, even if you're not necessarily the bravest person, even if you're not necessarily the loudest person. So I think one of the important things that I really want to see hopefully develop soon is some sort of online social media presence, some sort of online forum where, people can't always come out here every day. They can't come out here 24/7. And also, people can't always compete with each other for a solitary night. So I have created a subreddit. I've never done that before, but I have created subreddit called r3caphill. My idea, I've also created a website, so hopefully we can work together to kind of consolidate that. My goal is to kind of create some online presence for us, also to help hopefully tell people what we are and control the narrative instead of having the police and the news control the narrative. So we have hopefully a landing page where we can talk about us. I am one person and I am not very good at a lot of things. I can code, that's all I can do. So I would love for anybody who feels passionate about creating an online community,
denim jacket right there.
online community,
He's a white ring activist.
Well, the guy with the hat?
Yeah,
what we want to
blue
say.
hat.
Those of you that feel passionate about that,
That's why
I desperately need your help.
You have it already.
So I'm going to be here until
Are you
like
okay?
5 or 6.
Sure, I'll text you
Please
again.
come find me, and I'm going to talk more with you guys.
I'll text you again.
And that's all I have to say.
No, he did. He saw us pointing at him. Okay. Okay.
My name's Yaya.
I don't know, maybe they were watching.
I was one of the smaller groups in the sustainability larger group, the long-term planning.
Also seeing that armed left.
I feel like we talked about a bunch of different things in our group, and I feel like what's on top for me personally is that what we need to think about collectively, individually, and within our groups, our friends, our families that we're here with, is how do we maintain this space both culturally and physically, while also keeping in mind that there's a lot of Seattle Black organizers that have been doing work in the city for a long time that are not here.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So and let's not jump to action. Let's not jump to assumptions. What questions can we ask ourselves individually, our family and friend groups, and collectively as a culture? What questions can we ask ourselves? Why are these people not here? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I got called out on that kind of behavior.
So one quick announcement, we'll come right back to Yaya. We got some alt-right friends over here. Can we all just give them hell for like 5 minutes and then come back? Let's give them hell. Let's get them out of here. Over here, point them out. Peacefully, get these guys out of here.
Who's alt-right, huh?
Everybody point them out. Point them out.
What's in your bag is melting.
Say Black Lives Matter, you gotta get out.
Black Lives Matter.
Get out!
Black Lives Matter, you gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get out.
Excuse me.
You gotta get out.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, I've been a streamer out here for 2 weeks. So let's come down here a little bit. We'll give you some space. I've been streaming out here for 2 weeks. Been trying to talk to everybody who has all kinds of things. I've been in this protest since day one. What is it? Yeah, no problem.
If you want to talk to him, that's fine.
We'll get you down here. But it's fine.
Don't let him film you.
This is a public sidewalk. We have all the right to be here. I would also say, if you believe that Black Lives Matter, what about the thousands of people and children who are being murdered? Why do you have to go about what about? Why do you have to engage in whataboutism? Why is it that when?
Yeah, come on. He said he wants to leave the zone. Let him leave the zone. You guys want him to leave the zone? Let him leave the zone. Come on. I want to understand. I want to understand your position. And so my name is Omari Salisbury. I've been out here for 14 from day one. And I've been talking to all kinds of different people from different perspectives. I actually interviewed Chief Best this morning, so plenty of interviews here with the protesters. But I'll be honest with you, you're the first person with your perspective, and I'm assuming your perspective, so I'm going to ask you about it, that I've seen up here. So maybe you can tell me, what brought you out here, and what is it that you're wanting to say?
Okay, one more time.
What brought you out here, and what do you want to say?
Don't matter. This motherfucker. Who don't matter? This motherfucker.
Give us some space. Let's go.
They non-violent.
What brought you out here, bro? For me, I want to hear everybody's perspective. Like I said, this is my 15th day here. I think most people have been following my streams and everything else.
You pull your panties down?
It's all good.
I'll pull your fucking panties down, boy.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy I'm the guy that you might have seen that filmed a lot of the front line stuff, the umbrella and everything. So we're almost out the zone right here. I want to know what brought you out here. That's what I want to know. There's the zone right here. Yeah, so you're out the zone now. So, like I said, just wanted to buy you one more time. I'm not just a random blogger out here. These guys will tell you I've been out here for the last 2 weeks. I'm the one that got a lot of that footage that went around the world, like the umbrella and all that, and a lot of the frontline stuff with the protests, the tear gas and everything. So that was me out here. So we're kind of following everything here. I interviewed the chief this morning for 30 minutes. She came down there to our studio. I've talked to lots of protesters, bro, since I've been out here. And I haven't had an opportunity to talk to somebody who might have a differing point of view. Clearly the police and the city have a different point of view than the protesters. But you're here in the protest zone, and maybe you could explain, what brought you here?
Yeah, it's actually with the Eastern Watch on Moses Lake.
Okay.
And I've been going to these protests just as a citizen, just to record what's going on, because I want to get past what the media is saying.
Right.
And I want to see for myself.
See for yourself,
Yeah, and I have a large following of people on Facebook.
Okay.
And so clearly all the people here know who I am. So I want to come here and at least show the people that follow my page what's really going on. While my Facebook Live, I have no commentary on it. I'm just here trying to film what's going on.
Okay.
Basically get past with the media, the spin from the media, and so I'm not here either way. I'm not here. I think what happened to George Floyd was an absolute injustice, and I believe that the protesters here have all the right. They have a constitutional right to be here to,
what is it about whatever people perceive that you represent that brought this reaction, though?
So I'm an abolitionist. I'm an anti-abortion advocate.
Okay. And I heard you say something there earlier. You were like, well, if people think that Black Lives Matter, how come they're not against abortion? And I got hit with that question actually 2 weeks ago.
For black people in the United States. So, I'm not slamming anyone that's here. I'm just saying that there has to be an overall consistency. There has to be an overall consistency in our view, right?
I'd love to answer your question.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Can you answer the question?
So you're telling me you care about unborn lives. Is that what you're telling me?
I do, yeah, and also everybody here as well.
You care about all lives.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
You care about those lives after they're born.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Do you care about the children that are starving after they're born?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. In fact, a lot of people will say, what about the children on the border? I also believe that's an injustice. So there's a lot more that we'd actually have in common here than not, I believe. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing that I would get shoved out when I'm not causing a scene. I wasn't causing.
Do you understand the phrase "Black Lives Matter"? Explain to me.
I do, and I think it's a completely valid. It's a valid.
What does it mean to you?
I think it's a movement.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Answer the question.
For me as a Christian, I'm a Christian, okay? When I hear the statement Black Lives Matter, I believe it's 100% accurate. I believe that everybody is made in the image of God. And that's what gives them value. That's regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of anything. Everybody has value because they're made in God's image. That's what I believe. So yes, that would include, and I'm not one of the people that would say that when somebody says Black Lives Matter, automatically bring out all lives matter. I wouldn't jump to that. I think that you have to validate each. You know, if there is a movement in our society today, you know, called Black Lives Matter, clearly there is some type of injustice in that system that needs to be dealt with, right? Clearly, there's a disenfranchised, oppressed people that need to be heard. And so, if you said Black Lives Matter, I wouldn't be one of the people that came to you and said all lives matter, right? Even though you and I could probably both agree with that all lives do matter. But at this point, in this movement right here that you guys are a part of, I would think it's a completely valid thing to say that Black Lives Matter, because they do. They're made in God's image, and that's why they have that.
Okay, so can I address some of the things you said?
Yeah.
First off, you gave me your beliefs, and you said that your beliefs are based on your religion, right? So your beliefs are based on your own personal beliefs, your opinion. Your religion is not the same as anybody else's in this world. You have your own religion, your own belief.
Yeah, and then I was just stating from my position.
May I finish? I don't care about your beliefs. I care about what you know. And what I know is that every person here is guaranteed equal rights by the Constitution.
But they didn't believe that is extended to me, right? When they shoved me out of their autonomous zone.
I did.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. I appreciate it. And no one did get violent, no one assaulted me, so I appreciate that. But I did get shoved out of the autonomous zone.
You got verbally talked to.
Well, no, I got shoved out.
You got verbally talked to.
So if I wanted to walk back in there, could I? No, I'm saying
said you got shoved out. Who shoved out?
But you have her too many.
But could I walk back in there right now?
But let's just.
You're more than free to, but you're going to be very met with
so there you
the
go.
same.
So why am I the tolerant one, but these people are the intolerant?
They're free to freedom of speech.
They
are free to freedom of speech.
You absolutely right. You are.
They're free to freedom of
You go to any place and
they can tell you you're an asshole to your face. They're free to do that.
Hey, listen, excuse me. How often does this happen? You said that you go to a different event. You're from Eastern Washington, from Moses Lake. For people who are on this stream watching, that's about 3 hours. Other side of the mountains over here. So clearly you traveled. It was one like you came from Tacoma or from Everett. Was this your destination to be here today, or were you just in the Seattle area and stopped by?
And remember, when I showed up here today, I didn't come here to make a disruption. I came here just to film what was going on. I wanted to see for myself.
Okay. And what did you see then? You know what I'm saying? Well, I want you to share with people. I think it's important. What did you see? Was it worth this travel? 3-4 hours from Eastern Washington.
I seen things that were concerning to me, but also at the same time I seen things that I think are wonderful. So I think that the one thing that really does disturb me is that these are businesses, privately owned businesses that have been defaced, right? I mean, and so that for one bothers me. But overall, I would say that besides getting pushed out,
so you're saying that you have a problem with this protest because businesses have been damaged? Am I correct?
Not overall. I would say that that's one thing that I would.
He said what he said is overall. He said the issue.
Vehicle coming out. Go. Clear.
Go. Let's go.
Open up. Go. Get out. Go. Vehicle coming out. Open it up.
So what the term, see, the thing is, a lot of terms get thrown around here loosely on all sides. You see what I'm saying? And so the term alt-right was used. It's like, hey, this guy's alt-right. And me, I don't go too deep into all that. I'm just a street level reporter. But I'm saying, is that something that you identify as?
I don't believe that any of us should tolerate right, and I'm not a part of any of that.
Yeah, so your beef is
I'm an anti-abortion advocate, and a lot of the people here know who I am. Yeah. And I'm surprised. I mean, I'm wearing a hat today. It's about the only disguise I'm wearing today.
Well, clearly it wasn't good enough for you.
Almost all day,
All right. So, just to be clear, because, like everybody's watching, the mayor's on this one, the city council, the chief, they're all watching this phone right here. So that's why I wanted to give you an opportunity to speak freely as to, whoever it is
access for
and everything else.
Citizen coming through here. Come on. Come on now.
So
take this somewhere else. Take this out of the zone. Out of the zone. This conversation has to take place somewhere else.
So I think that's about it for me.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep. Good luck.
This area needs to be cleared. These conversations got to take place outside the zone.
So what is this zone right here? What is
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
we just can't have too much.
We got to talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, there's nobody I won't talk to. Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for, is to see people and talk to people. What's good? Damn. What's happening? It's always good when people want to check up on me.
Yeah, I'm coming to make sure you and my bro is safe.
Yeah, I'm all right.
No, real talk. I'm
No,
doing the thick of it, and I'm coming to make sure that you're safe.
Yeah, I know. You guys don't see some funky images up here, and pepper spray, and smoke bombs, and it's been wild, man.
This is my first time up here, so all of this is new to me outside of what I see on TV and what.
Well, the first thing is that you don't live here, but you entered the zone and nobody checked your ID.
Who don't live here? I live in Seattle. Yes,
No, I mean right here in this 6 blocks. Exactly. But people, nobody. That's the thing, is that they were saying that on the media they were saying that someone's there checking people's ID.
I didn't bring a wallet, so you can't check my ID.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you want to see my city ID?
I don't think nobody checking you. No way. Nobody checking you about that. No way.
Ain't nobody checking me.
Boss. You know what I'm saying?
Why would they be checking IDs?
But that's what I'm saying. They're not. But you know, a lot of media has said that these guys are checking people's IDs, and if you don't live in over here, you can't get in. And the whole point is, you just walked right in. Yeah.
Was they supposed to stop me?
No.
Am I not going by protocol?
No.
I'm new to this. So
No, I mean there is no ID check. You know what I'm saying? How you been?
This is overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a lot, huh?
This is overwhelming.
It is.
You know, I get the protest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get the violence.
Yeah, well.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot.
So what violence are you referring to? So this is the precinct right here.
Well,
continue making some autonomous and
I will not lie. Like I said, outside of the media and others, I don't. People walking around with guns, and I'm hearing that folks they trying to.
You hear that people are walking around with guns?
Yeah, well,
let's take a walk. This is perfect because it's your first time up here.
No, it is. I mean,
this is your.
Thing. So let me tell you what I've heard. That businesses and residents around here are being basically bullied into security to walk to their places and stuff like that. I don't understand that. If I live here.
But let's take a walk and you see for yourself. This is perfect.
I know
because this is.
Because I hear that happens at night.
No, but and the people who are in the streets are the people who live in the neighborhood. That's the whole point. Is at least what my understanding of what I've seen is, so it isn't like it's other people here. These are people who live in the neighborhood who've created this zone here. So.
Okay, who are you?
I'm sorry. I follow Omari and I listen to his videos.
Okay.
So I just like to listen.
Okay.
To his dialogue.
All right.
So they came and listen, and we've been paying all this money for security. All we need to do is have you up here, because you checking the whole situation.
No, I ain't checking. It's just I let you walk next to me, not behind me.
Yeah, that might be better. You can walk over here, bro.
I got PTSD.
All right, so. Remember, did you see all them videos where the police was here and the protesters on the other side?
Okay,
and did you see the flash, the tear gas and all that? That was right here.
Okay,
so this is people, when I used to be talking about, we're live at the Western Barricade. The barricade used to go.
Is what they mean by Western Barricade.
Well, it still is barricaded, but before, you know, because the precinct is to the east of us right there. So this was the Western Barricade. You know, right here. Did you ever see a video where the police snatched a pink umbrella? Did you see that one? Okay. Well, that happened right here. And I was filming, and right there on the side, and somebody had put an umbrella over the barricade, and the police grabbed the barricade, and all hell broke loose. It's about tear gas, pepper spray, flashbangs, you know what I'm saying? It was wild. Now, a lot of the people that you see here if we walk around and let's go visit. I mean, this is a very good thing because it's your first time over here, and
so I know that they came to is it to take the barricades away, and then they didn't want them to, or?
Yeah, well, apparently there was some kind of deal worked out with SDOT, where they were going to replace the barricades with flower planters. But then I think they came today to get the flower planters. And so this over here, you might not have seen a lot of this stuff, but this was the memorial wall and a candlelight visual area. And a lot of these businesses are open.
And thank you for this, because the only way that I know and I understand is to ask questions. So
of course.
Don't
no, you ask as many questions as you want. So this is a memorial wall. So we actually show this during the protest time when, it'd be a lot going on. It'd be crazy because the police would be throwing like flashbangs and everything. The last night, which was Sunday, what was crazy is we were all right down here, and I was filming. We had a security guy here. They were firing the rubber bullets everywhere. And the crazy thing about the rubber bullets, I tell people, it isn't really so much getting hit. It's when you hear them going by. You hear the rubber bullets going by your ears, right? And so then, it's flashbangs, stuff like that or whatever. But
and one of the first to get killed by Seattle police is missing. Or no, excuse me, it's not Seattle police. First to get killed by police officer. From Seattle, Demetrius DeBose.
Demetrius DeBose, huh?
Who played football for O'Day and wouldn't play pro football for Tampa Bay. Killed by San Diego police. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's who I'll be marching for tomorrow. My cousin Demetrius DeBose.
If you look closely there, it looks like there's still a few flames that's going on. So it's been crazy for me because, the police, although my media credentials a few times, you know what I'm saying, I was able to have access. But because I'm over here with the protesters trying to report and just really streaming, just giving the world a view from my phone. But man, yeah, I mean, we got swept up in a lot of stuff, man. So, I mean, from downtown to here, everything, it was a lot. And so what they got over here, this is an area, let's go over here to these blue tents. There's an area that they call,
I'm going to go on this side.
They call mutual aid. And so mutual aid is really just that. That's where people come, they'll donate. They'll come and they'll donate. And, people get all kinds of stuff for free basically all day. Water, food. At one point, they even had massage therapists out here. That's when I knew that these guys were going to be here for a while, is when you could come here and protest all day and get a free massage. I'm like, yeah, they're going to be here. So
what is it like seeing this? You look like a protest, it looks like peaceful. But then you hear about the other groups who are not here representing Black Lives Matter, representing the movement and change, who are hurting people, destroying stuff. How are you guys separating the two? How?
So just to be clear, it's not you guys. I'm not a protester. I'm not with Black Lives Matter. I'm just an independent journalist who's out here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So have they said how do you differentiate between the two? So
Well, I mean, because usually there is no two. Yeah, but the thing is that, you have to remember most of the people who are here even right now live within this 6-block, 7-block area or in the general vicinity. And so, like at night, all the way till 10 o'clock at night, these guys were painting this Black Lives Matter on the street over here. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, I just go off. I bring my camera just about everywhere so people see what I see. So what happened is this, right, is that people have a lot of stuff out of context. Okay. So the thing is on Sunday, I believe it was Sunday, is when the guy drove the car into the crowd up here and somebody got shot, right? And so, I think that it was already a heightened sense of whatever. Then Monday, while the police were abandoning the precinct, at the same time, these guys were getting reports of some Proud Boys or some other group, some right-wing group that was coming up here to try to attack the park. And so once the police left the area, they made a call to residents of anybody who has a gun knows how to use it and has paperwork to defend the area because the previous day somebody had drove in here and shot somebody, and now all the media was reporting that the Proud Boys were on their way. So you had a lot of people with guns on the perimeter over there for that specific reason. And then, as the week progressed, and I think in this video, even on my stream on Monday, you'll see me with a banner. I'm like, man, there goes an AR-15, there goes an AK, there goes a 9. I never knew it was so much heat up here in Capitol Hill. You know what I'm saying? Cats is strapped. But that was early in the week. I haven't really seen. You gotta get it? Believe me, I'm used to just talking to people on the phone. I haven't really seen, and I show you guys about everything that I see here. I haven't really seen these things that that people are talking about. That's the best thing about live streaming is the footage that you guys see hasn't been edited. It hasn't been altered. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been nothing played with the audio or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys just really get to see what I see. And when it be funky, no matter on anybody's side out here, I be trying to put the camera on them. I'm like, what's happening? So this is good. This is my buddy Kenya. And she's like, man, she just came up here. She was like, I came up here to check on you. Make sure you are right. But the best thing is, because this is her first time here, this is a great thing because now for somebody who's never been here, we can walk in and get her opinion on things. So this is a really good thing that, what I'm saying, she's come up here.
The extremists are going to come up here and actually harm not to only the buildings but to people. So, and that's not inclusive what they're the message that they're trying to bring. So that's what I just came up to see for myself because all I know is what I've seen on.
All you know is what you seen on the news.
I live in this area anyway, so I found a parking
spot.
Yeah.
So we're out here, like I said, we're out here in the Chaz. And something interesting, like I said, has occurred. Is that an old friend of mine, Kenya? She's now popped up, and we're letting her walk around and give everybody her impression. And this is a very skeptical black woman. So you know what I'm saying? We go see what she has to say. So let's go for a walk. Yeah, well, this is really, for the most part through here, it's like the Capitol Hill block party, you know what I'm saying? People are out. So they put this Black Lives Matter here, and there's 16 black artists who each person has a letter, and they're painting the Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying, through here. There's a lot of businesses that are open, and you got to remember, some businesses are closed still because of Governor Inslee's order. You know what I'm saying? And so just because you see a business closed doesn't necessarily mean that it's closed for anything else, but that it can't be open. Rancho Bravo is open. This is, Rancho Bravo Tacos. They're open. Udon Soup up the street is open. And so, you see this here for yourself.
Yeah, it is. I ain't gonna lie, it's overwhelming.
Yeah,
it is overwhelming,
but if somebody, let me ask you this, and I acknowledge what you're saying that it's overwhelming. But if somebody said right now, like, hey, we're gonna go up to Capitol Hill, it's the block party, and if you saw this, would you still feel overwhelmed?
Yeah, because I'm just like that with groups of people anyway.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's good.
I'm just grinding getting old.
Let's go over to the front of the Black Lives.
When I say it's overwhelming, this, along with what's going on in the world right now, because of the death of George Floyd and the call to action that has come forward, it's overwhelming. And when I say overwhelming, I don't mean like in a bad way or whatnot.
Right.
It's just, it's a lot.
It's hitting all of your senses.
Yeah. Seattle ain't been hit like this. We've been through nothing like this. We had, May Day and stuff, but this is for us.
Yeah, and to the left over there, we don't put it on camera, but that's the medics over there, and that's the medical area, and we'll step up here on the curb, or on the sidewalk. So there's medics on the ground, because you got to remember, when it was heavy protesting here, you couldn't call 911 or anything, because there was no response. So they have their own medic program going here, and the medics have been here since day one. Okay. So it isn't like, oh, okay, now these guys are saying that they're autonomous, and so now you're going to get some medics or something. They've been out here since day one. So now you can take a look at the mural that whatever they're doing from this side over here. But this thing's got a lot of issues, though. You know what I'm saying? They're still trying to figure out their leadership. So this is the Black Lives Matter mural right here. So basically what they did is they got 16 letters, I guess, and they got 16 different black artists to take a letter and to design it, you know.
My sister, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Like amazing.
This is super dope.
And so the people here of what's now the Chaz. Thank you very much. Oh man, I appreciate it.
Keep it up.
Yup. The people here of this Chaz zone, they've now renamed this Black Lives Matter Way, and up there where the police precinct is at, that's Black Lives Matter Square.
Now Chaz zone, what is Chaz?
So Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. So yes, they're calling it Chaz for short. And you know, I mean, I think that really the emphasis for the media, a lot of the media that's out there, the real issue, the bigger issue is where people should be focused on. It's like, man, because the police, I interviewed Chief Best today. She said she wants the precinct back. She was like, okay, she wants the precinct back. People need to be thinking about, what does that look like? Is that going to happen? Is it going to happen peacefully? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to happen with force? What's going to, you know, I mean, this bigger question, what's the leadership over here look like? How are the people going to lead? How are they going to, these are key questions. People are asking the wrong questions in the media, and they're asking questions that, you know, I mean, they're saying things that are out of context. So me, you know, as an independent reporter, the big guys always get the big news. So the only thing I can do is put paint where it ain't. And where the paint ain't right now is these real kind of questions. You know what I'm saying? Of like, man, what's leadership going to look like? How long is this going to last? You know, clearly this is a community that's not afraid to fight and stand up to the police. You know what I'm saying? They came out every single day and got smacked up and kept coming out every single day. So, we're thinking about, okay, SPD wants the precinct back. They're very clear about that, you know?
So I'm on, and maybe this is playing devil's advocate here. I'm
Sure. Ask any question.
When it comes to, like I said, I came up here to see for myself. So the thing is like, okay, you've taken over the area. You've taken over the police station because you want change. And when I say you, I'm not saying you personally, but just in general.
You should, people hop on the stream all the time, so you should use the word they. Because sometimes people, they might think that I'm with the protesters or something like that.
To be clear, I mean they have taken over the streets. They have taken over the police department. They want change. Mm-hmm. So when wanting change, that means you're willing to work with the other party that you want change from.
Yeah.
So what does that look like now? So what does it look like working with the police department to get change?
I'll be honest with you. Right now, it looks like a mess, and that's what I've been saying now for quite a while. But they're getting it together because this was a leaderless resistance the whole time that they were up on Capitol Hill. They asked for people to come out and kind of get in a leadership role, but it never occurred. And so these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the underdogs who won a championship in a sense. That it's like they themselves, leaderless resistance, organized all their mutual aid, their medics, their everything else. And man, they feel that, they got to win with the police precinct. One of the council members came down and declared victory and everything else. But that whole time, there was never a leader that's formed. And even right now up there at the town hall meeting, they're struggling to kind of, put some policies and procedures in place of how they're going to move forward with everything. And so that's what I'm saying is like the big questions here are, what does this look like? How does SPD get this back, and how does it look back? Because there's only two ways for the police department to get the precinct back. And one is by force, and I don't think anybody wants to see force. Now, clearly the police, and if the National Guard is still here, man, it won't take them a lot to, they got the firepower, superiority, and everything. But I don't think people want to see that. And if it does get forceful up here,
want to see that.
Yeah,
but it's like, I guess I'm on that. When I say outside looking in, I'm at home and I see all this from TV. I see all this from social media, and it's like, okay, so, and not in the sense of when do you back down, but when do you say, okay, let's work together to make change?
I don't think, but
because
no one's not
like,
working.
It seems like they don't like what the police has forced upon them, but now you're forcing something on the police. So it's like somehow, there's got to be some give and take.
Well, that's true. And when you saw up there at the town halls, you saw hundreds of people, a few hundred people, maybe a little less.
Yeah, I saw it at the city hall.
Well, no, just up there at the top of the hill. They're having a town hall meeting up there.
Oh, okay.
So those are the residents. So the same people. See, here's where something is very wrong, because the same people who are actually occupying the space, the same people who have created this autonomous zone, the same people, can't be the exact same people who the media is talking about. But these are the people in the neighborhood. And it's either like, yeah, they're for the Chaz in the morning, and then at night they're saying something different, and then during the day they come to town hall meetings. You get what I'm saying? Is that, that's not necessarily the case. And I mean, if somebody has an argument against the zone, and there's lots of arguments against it, and if people have an argument for the zone, I think that people need to really look at those kind of tangible things around this precinct. So the thing is they want to work with the city and whoever. They've put out their demands. They're also, and their demands now, at least at this meeting right here, of what I've heard, have been narrowed down to the same demands that Nikita Oliver has, which is, and I've just heard that up there at the town hall meeting, which is, defund the police, basically, control of resources within the community, and for them to release all protesters from jail.
And I guess as a citizen, I want to know, what does defunding the police look like? Because I rest assured, if something goes wrong and I call the police, I want to know somebody's coming.
You want the police? Say that one?
If something goes wrong and I feel in danger because I do not carry a firearm, and I call the police, I want to know that they're coming. I want to know somebody has got my back other than who's in my house. I don't want them coming in forcefully and killing everybody in the house neither. But however, I still want to have some sort of...
So this is good that you're actually out here. We're having this discussion because it's been very polarized in view, and you represent a view of somebody who doesn't live in the zone, who's just, get off work, come over, see what's going on, and repeating what you said is it like, hey, what is defund the police going to look like, man? I like to be able to call 911 and 911 show up and provide a service for you. So here's my understanding, right? So
I don't like to call 911, but I did.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody liking to call them. So the thing is when they're talking about defund the police, that in itself, it sounds good for like a slogan and a chant and everything. But defund the police makes people think that you want to take all the money away from the police. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how long have we heard that? Oh man, we lost our funding. That means it's like zero, right? And so when you hear the phrase defund the police, it's not quite accurate, at least as to how these guys are pushing it forward. They're looking for the police budget to be cut in half, and for that $183 million, 50% of the police budget, to be allocated into programs in the black community and things like that. Now, I talked to Chief Best earlier today, and she's saying that, that would be a tremendous hit, of course, to her police agency. But she said the police have to work within the budgets that the city approves, and the budget's going to be coming out here soon. But I mean, of course, police services will be impacted. But what a lot of people who are talking about defunding the police, what they're talking about as well is, okay, so the police only needs to be used for certain kinds of 911 calls, and maybe the police right now might be responding for mental health, for people who are on drugs and things like that.
But
and so
that what now they've implemented CSO officers now to start helping with that.
Right.
I've been under the impression
that very well might be part of that budget. They might get, you see what I'm saying? It's not.
But isn't that what
you're asking all the right questions, my friend. Keep asking them.
I'm just saying, isn't that, I mean, they don't want police responding to mental health and stuff like that, and because it could be misconstrued or however. But now I do know that we have community service officers who are being trained to go out into the community and to respond to, to respond to I would say emergent or non-violent calls and work with the community, building a bridge and, kind of bridging the gap there. Defunding that, and it's like, isn't that something that we want though?
I think that most citizens in the city of Seattle, irregardless of their political leanings, want people with mental health issues to be dealt with in the best way, and for people who might have substance abuse issues to be dealt with in the best way. And I think that maybe the question is, for people who want to defund the PD, are the police and their ancillary agencies the best people to deal with that, or would a different kind of social service situation be the best to deal with it? Because I mean, if you take the funding away from the police, they clearly can't provide the service. So I'm thinking that the idea, them, and maybe we can get Nikita Oliver or White King or some of these people that are on the King County Equity now, because that's a big agenda point for them, to say like, okay, well, who's gonna be the experts in dealing with mental health, especially in our community, the Black community, man, because mental health issues, you end up dead dealing with the police, or you end up in jail and things like that. But this is so what's happening though is the dynamic of this, just so you know, the autonomous zone is like something new, right? Like last few days, these guys have been protesting on Capitol Hill, not really for themselves. These guys have been protesting for Black people in Seattle they never met and probably never will meet. They've been making noise over here. The way that this all works.
Who are protesting for the movement?
Yeah.
Not the right wings are coming, destroying and.
Yeah, we don't really see a lot of right wings coming destroy. I mean, there's the taggers have been here definitely. Definitely, you see this graffiti, and the graffiti people are kind of, graffiti people are hardcore though. So I mean, but the graffiti guys, they've tagged on some buildings here, but then the artists are coming to try to reclaim the space. But beyond that, I haven't witnessed some right-wing faction or this and that or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I didn't have the camera on, and I wish I would have had it on that day. Is that there was an element of people who just wanted conflict. They just wanted a problem with the police. They just wanted, and they came back. They came back on Monday, and they were thinking that they're ready to protest and try to get people, antagonize the police, and they were so disappointed that the barricade was gone. Like they were just disappointed. They're like, I can't believe it's gone. But the majority of the people who I have witnessed have been nonviolent people. Now, I mean, they talk. They talk. They bring their signs. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's crazy. It's like heckling, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's the majority of what I've witnessed. And we also witnessed some projectiles being thrown. And you know what I'm saying? We call that out. Water bottles being thrown over, rocks being thrown over, and everything else. So that has occurred. But when you talk about the total number of people that are out here, I think it would be disingenuous to say that these are, highly violent people. I mean, there's people over here painting a mural.
So serious. Let me get a picture.
But that being said, I think that people aren't really asking the right questions about the Chaz. I mean, people are like, man, are they checking IDs? Is it this and that? That was a rumor that was out. I haven't seen any IDs get checked.
Why would somebody need to have their ID checked?
Exactly. I don't know.
That's not peaceful.
That's true, and that's why I had to say that, Emily, that graffiti is considered art, and it's street art. Is the appropriate term up here. But I think No, we're live right now.
Oh,
you got 600 people listening to you.
Oh,
every word you say.
Oh,
and that's just here. So you got people in the city council listening to you, in the mayor's office, the chief of police office. But this is good because you're somebody who's from the outside. And so, your opinion is actually really mattering right now. There's somebody who's making, that's on this right now, that's listening and who's valuing your opinion. You know, and so I think that, like I said, the best questions aren't being asked. And, you know, I mean, and people really, and the protesters, the people at Chaz, they're still getting talked to.
I just want to see.
And they're not getting talked at.
I just want to see.
Yeah, I mean, there was no violence last night. There was no violence the night before. There hasn't been any violence in the last 3 nights here. You know what I'm saying? At least that we've witnessed. You know what I'm saying?
And that's good to hear.
The violence. So when you talk,
the reason why I say that is, you had the protest from Othello to Rainier Beach.
Yeah, from Othello. And I talked to the chief about that today.
Exactly. And Seattle police weren't even there.
Right.
No need to go.
The chief said that her family and relatives were part of the march, and she said that we just want to live.
Family was part of that.
Yeah,
march.
she said that we just want to live, and the one on 23rd and Jackson. She said, you know, the black community show up, show out. You know,
that's what we talk about when we say it takes a village.
Right, but so here's something to remember though, right? And that's dope, what you just said, and people should remember that. You know, thousands of black people came out, you know, on Friday and then on Sunday, and protested and had their say and everything. No police, no issues or anything. Now, the what we used to call the Western Barricade here, these guys had their own kind of issue, and it didn't become personal until Monday of last week. And what happened is they barricaded the street. People wanted to pass. The police said they couldn't pass. And that flashpoint, when they grabbed the umbrella and all hell broke loose, because a lot of the people who was protesting, they live in the neighborhood. So it's different. Like, so say that happened downtown, right? No one lives downtown. So you know what I'm saying? Oh, things go downtown, you get gas, you go home, and you're like, man, you know, whatever. But if you live in the neighborhood right across from the police station or right over there, and then you or a friend or somebody gets gassed, they get pepper sprayed and everything else, that raised a whole level of tension. Then the police, where you see most of the barricades right now, those were police barricades just a few days ago. And so you had people on Capitol Hill. So you could imagine if the police came into the Central District, and in order for you to get to Jackson, you might have had to go from 23rd and Union, you might have had to go all the way up to like 19th, go down to Yesler, and then across. You'd be like, hold up, this is my neighborhood, man. How come I can't drive freely through it? And then on top of that, you know, a family member or somebody goes and they get gassed, they get shot with a rubber bullet or something. This is my guy, Bobby Stills.
I'm about to say, all right, Bobby, you coming up taking the pictures. I might be wanted. You gonna have to pay me. You gonna have to pay me.
And yeah, and so when I'm not like, this isn't my opinion or something. This is what protesters have said. So let me give you a perfect example. I think it was that Wednesday. It was either that might have been that Tuesday or that Wednesday. It was the day I got shot with it was Tuesday. So it was a nurse. I got hit with a rubber bubble. Yeah, I got hit with everything, man. So it was just like, let me just show you exactly where this happened.
This mess in Tanzania, man.
No, all these countries I've been to, I've never been through nothing like this. In all them countries, you know, I've been to 26 African nations.
Mom was wondering when you coming back because she needed something. She needed some mask and gloves.
I'm gonna be back to Kenya as soon as all this is over with.
Yeah, they're not letting nobody in right now.
This right here, this was the location where last week there was a nurse who he got off work from Swedish, and he was in his scrubs and everything, and it looked like he was walking home.
Is that got hit with the
no, that was somebody else. Oh. And so, you know, he's got his scrubs, and he sees people are protesting over here. There's some action, and he's standing right here, and I interview him. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Look like he got off work. He's like, yeah, I'm a nurse. I did this and that, everything else, right? And so they're protesting. He puts his hand, he's doing hands up, don't shoot, hands up. And the tear gas and all these other actions come down there. He gets tear gassed and all this stuff. So that was one nurse on one night. But his colleagues over there in Swedish were so upset about hearing about that. Then the next day, 12 nurses came out. And so that's been the nature, and that's what something happens in the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? Like something goes downtown, you be like, man, we just ain't going downtown no more. But man, imagine where the post office was if that was the police station, and then people, you know, it was all kinds of tear gas seeping into the Liberty Bank building and all kinds of whatever. Man, people would be like, man, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm giving the best description of things as described to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not endorsing these guys' point of view or anything like that, but I am able to say through literally hundreds of interviews what the sentiment is. So that's why they kept coming every day, because they wanted freedom, free movement of the street, and they were just really mad because it's their friends and neighbors who've been, gassed and pepper sprayed and everything. But the leadership downtown didn't understand that. And so the leadership downtown kept saying like, hey man, we're mad about George Floyd as well. Yeah, these guys were mad about us, piano guys here. These guys have been mad about George Floyd, but they also had a personal beef with the precinct. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And that personal beef is why they kept showing up every day. That they wanted free movement of the streets in their neighborhood, And so that's what caused a lot. Let's go in there. You got a second?
Yeah. This
is Cal Anderson Park. Let's just go over here into Cal Anderson Park. And currently, this is part of this Chaz Zone too, or Chaz Zone as well. You know what I'm saying? Man, I wish Molly Moon was open. Is she open? Oh, Molly's open. I'm gonna go get some ice cream. So, come on, man. The CD gamers out here. This is what I'm saying. This is, you see how it goes down.
Nigga, you calling me girl, I'm 18. Why you mugging?
That's good. You guys is on the stream. You guys is on the stream. What's happening? Yeah, I already know. You guys out here, man.
How you been?
Look, King be out here checking all situations. Oh, come on, let's get in the park.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. So, this is Cal Anderson Park right here. You know who Cal Anderson was?
Huh?
This is Cal Anderson Park. Do you know who Cal Anderson was?
They're doing, no.
Cal Anderson was the first openly gay member of the Washington State Legislature. And if you recall, Cal Anderson back in the day, his whole thing was back when he was alive in the legislature, he was like, man, gay people ain't gonna get no civil rights until black people get civil rights. And so Cal Anderson was heavy back in the day in the black community and working with a lot of black politicians and everything else.
Out with a weed pipe, though.
Yeah, well, it's these guys here, you know what I'm saying? And so this is life in the chest.
I came up here to see what's going on because I see everything from the news. The only way for me to know is to come and see and ask questions. And the first person I ran into was my bro, so hey. Thank you for coming and finding out for yourself, too. Nope. That's the only way to find out. You guys are appreciated. Yeah, you guys are appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. And so these tents that you see over here, these are the mutual aid tents. Remember before where you could go, so you can get, if you need some water, get you water, need food, PPE, mask, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, a lot of nights, even when the standoff was going, unless it got funky with the flashbangs and the gas, people would be in the park the whole night chilling.
Yeah, and they said it's been peaceful over here.
Yeah,
they said, I've heard that it happened.
How you guys doing?
Somebody got it's been peaceful.
It's Capitol Hill, man. They stay smoking up here.
Yeah, I see. Dispensary seats.
These guys, that's another thing, man. It's these guys are just, So, anything, everything has a potential for violence. Anything, you get people together, the potential is there. But I think that it's...
The way the violence has been portrayed, it's just, it like I said, on the outside of looking in, it takes away from the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that we're trying to come together to get change. And you shooting somebody, running folks over and just all the stuff that has been done, that don't help my life matter. That doesn't help. And even with the police, there's other ways to handle things. What other ways? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. That's that change that we're all looking for. That's the change that is being talked about. That's the change that's needed. you know, but I just...
Yeah. No, I understand.
We got our hands up and we coming in peace. And everything that is going around with Black Lives Matter should represent that. That's just me. There's folks out there that's militant. Take it back, take it by storm, do all that.
I mean, and that's where it's like, and I think that a lot of people who might follow me on the stream and in real life, in the conversation, well, this is real life, is just like, man, you know, I don't really got no agenda. You know what I'm saying? The guys were like, man, oh, you got this platform. How come you're not telling them that they should be doing this and doing that? Because I'm like, man, shit, I'm not going to tell nobody nothing that it's like, you know what I'm saying? That I don't have no agenda. I'm just telling you how I see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with Black Lives Matter. I'm not with the protesters. I'm not with the city. I'm not with nobody. Yeah. You know, if anything, I'm just, man, I'm with my family, with me. You know, of course, I'm with our community, lifelong contributor to, you know, to the community, to the Central District, my whole family. But, you know, I'm definitely not sitting here with some, you know, I mean, and people early on, they used to be like, because sometimes when my stream gets picked up by woke, you got 100,000 people watching this stream. All these different platforms online. Okay. You get 100, yeah, no, it's okay. You get 100,000 people watching this stream all at the same time from around the world. And so, you know, I mean, the things that some people say is like, man, oh, you know, you're black. So because you're black, you need to be saying and doing this and that. And I'm like, man, that's crap. You know, I'm going to say it and call it as I see it, irregardless. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to remind me, am I black? And the funny thing is, Kenya, it is the good thing. It's my good friend Kenya, her mama over there opened a school, right? A children's home in Nairobi. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we streaming the show right now, bro. Yeah, just find me, man, whatever. And so Kenya's mom opened a children's home there in Nairobi. And I used to, yeah, no, it'd be all right, who knows? And I used to go back and forth. When I'd go back and forth, I'd call Kenya. I'd be like, yo, Kenya, I'm going to Nairobi in like 3 days. What she did, she'd hit her mom over there in Nairobi, you know, with a bunch of supplies and stuff for the children's home over in Kenya. And I'd be flying. I'd go to Nairobi and then to Dar es Salaam. But it'd be funny because every people who sit here on my stream, they'd be like, man, you ain't black enough and you ain't this and that. And I'd be like, first of all, I spent almost half my career on the continent of Africa doing amazing dynamic projects in communications and technology and in media. And then you get somebody, yeah, no problem. You get a lot of people on the stream who ain't never done nothing but watch a few YouTube videos. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you know, you're not being black enough. Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? So again, you're entering the zone. You know, I mean, they were saying that people were checking IDs and all that. Okay. Nobody checked the ID. Nobody's checking ID. That's the whole point. So you see, this is Seattle's art district, Capitol Hill, and so it's a lot of art up here and everything else. But you know, I mean, that's my biggest thing, and that's the flip side of social media, is that somebody can be hella inflammatory online who ain't earned no stripes. You know, like I said, man, I done been part of 2 African presidential campaigns. Worked on 2 campaigns over on the continent of Africa. 2 presidents over there. Worked on all kinds of landing fiber optic cable to give connectivity to millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Working with mobile technology providers and schools and everything else. And you know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. Everything's free.
I be hungry too.
It's mutual aid.
They got free peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Is it strawberry jelly? Because I'm a picky free eater. Can I have a water?
Absolutely. So everything up here is free, and this is the whole thing with mutual aid. And so,
You know what? This is super dope. This is super dope, though.
Right.
You guys will provide. This is super dope. No, baby, I can't do that. Granny, no.
They're always sharing that on Capitol Hill, but be sure. But so you see that, right, on certain days, so on the weekend, we'll see what's going on here, but on the weekend, you'll find that this whole area here is just full of tents, people giving out stuff. That's why I told you they had like a massage therapist and crazy and everything else. And this early on in this, yeah, early on, you want to squirt?
No, I'm okay.
Early on, when I started seeing this pop up over here, you know what I'm saying? I let the world know. I was like, hey man, these guys look like they're gonna be here for a minute. They got supply chain, they got this and that.
I remember that video.
Yeah, and I was like, man, these guys are gonna be here, you know, and you know, and they still are here, and that's the whole point. Is it's like, you know, it's entrenched. You feel me? And believe me, if the barricade was still there, these guys would just be in front of the barricade right now, still protesting. The bigger problem, see, the thing is, Kenya, no one's addressed the big problems. Everybody keeps putting on the Band-Aid and everything else, but until the big problems are addressed, and the big problems aren't impossible, you know what I'm saying? I mean, through communication, all things are possible, but nobody.
To you that the big problems are.
Man,
What have you heard out here?
The big problem, to be honest with you, the big problem is there's a vacuum in leadership. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, and that's a problem kind of on both sides. Because, clearly, if there were leaders that were out there that could be like, hey, guys, let's do X, Y, and Z, and we're going to do whatever, they would have been here a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And maybe those leaders are being forged in all of this right now. And maybe we'll see some of those voices come out and everything else. But what's really missing over here is a sense of leadership, a sense of communication, a sense of, let's go through over here to that corner gate, a sense of, this is just more mutual aid. People bring a couch. You know, if you're sitting out all day, you want to sit down, you just grab a seat. Yeah. This is the only guy making money down here. He's trapping too. The guy who sells hot dogs, he be out here from like 8 in the morning selling hot dogs. Everything else you'll find out here is mutual aid. And so look, the guy who's selling something has the longest line. It's the way that it works. Right. So, yeah, back after the club, right? Getting that hot dog back in the day. Back. Yeah. So, you know, Capitol Hill, you know, they love their dogs up here. You know, they was joking, right? So it was joking. It was like, man, these guys would have all went home a long time ago. Someone promised them a brand new dope dog park because everybody up here got dogs. But
you know what?
But you know, the thing is,
they got no dog parks up here.
What's missing and the big problem here, and unfortunately, man, we just keep saying this and everything else. And even now, there's alliances that are being formed. But man, and ultimately people will fall into these alliances and they'll move forward and things like that. But it just would have been really dope, man, that all of these people who are professionals, one way or another, either they've been elected into office or they lead an organization or this and that. Hey, L Train just got on. Say hi to L Train.
What's up, L Train?
Yeah, Leonard, tall ass.
What's up, bro?
Leonard Jones in the building. But the thing is all these people who are professional politicians or professional organization leaders and everything, the expectation is like, man, that they're the professionals at leadership. Just like I got on the police, I was telling the police, I was like, you guys are the experts at body language. You guys are the experts at crowd control. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at the crowd. The crowd's not control. You are the expert. You set the barrier the way you want it. You do this and that. And just like, man, if the people that the voters elect and the people that lead organizations, the expectation is they are the leaders. But, you know, there's a vacuum here on Capitol Hill. You know what I'm saying? There's a vacuum here. And, man, from my first day on the barricade when I was choking on tear gas up here, and I said, man, the crisis creates opportunity. And it's an opportunity for leadership to come out and for someone to fill the vacuum. And to the day right now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's fine. Some people come through, they shake hands and everything. But when you talk to the core people in this zone, they'll tell you that it's like, yeah, leadership's still not there yet. And, I think that might be one of the most unfortunate things. But also, it tells you as well that public servants can be in office and you see the gap in the distance between the actual people. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, I wasn't around, but the stories I hear is like Sam Smith, rest in peace. And when I say Sam Smith, he was Seattle's first black Seattle city council member. And actually there's a park above the I-90 lid on the western side of the I-90 when it gets there. And that's named Sam Smith Park. And that's named after, our first black city council member.
Right there on
Right, right. Now, I'm just going to get on the other side of you. No, stand there because the microphone's right here. So now they can hear both of us. But, they said that Sam Smith, if there was a problem in the community, that Sam Smith could be on a granular level. He'd go to somebody's grandmama's house and be like, yeah, what's up? Because he was so in touch with what was going on. He knew that even though he was downtown in City Hall, that he had to stay very much connected to the things that are going on in the district. And so I think that what we're seeing is that, like, man, I don't think that there's the people who can be downtown and come here. I mean, and if that can't even happen on the city level, what's somebody like our state senators gonna do? Nobody's really listening to them. You know what I'm saying? If someone can't listen, if there's no connection on the local level, you know what I'm saying? Then there can be no expectation on the state level or on the federal level either. So, for all of you guys, Leonard said, love you. You're doing dope work, both you in town and international. Dope. I appreciate the love, Leonard. You guys make sure to go support Goodie Bag. I don't get too many plugs on here, man, outside the zone. Make sure you support Goodie Bag. They got the new album out. You know what I'm saying? You can check it online, Leonard Jones. And, Leonard during COVID, him and Goodie Bag, man, every Sunday they played, you know what I'm saying, for the community. For weeks we would stream it, down there at Black Dot. That was their contribution to the community, to try to say, like, hey guys, we know everybody's missing live music. We're listening to these things, so we're gonna go ahead and play for the community. So much love, Leonard. Goodie Bag, like I said, album's out. You can check it out. So what are some of your thoughts now? You've walked around the zone.
It is still overwhelming. It is still overwhelming. I have a better understanding. And like I said, just being on the outside looking in, you tend to just see one side, look at one side. Me personally, I still stand on why can't things be done? Why can't this be done peacefully? Why do we have to tear up our city that eventually we won't have to pay for anyway? But this is what needed to happen.
You're telling people good news today. The good news that you don't have to remain condemned to hell. You can have peace with God.
Oh, you see, there's even space for you, for the people that want to be religious.
And that's fine. He interrupted me now.
And that was all bad. That's my time. You better tell him, Kenya. That's why I told people I don't need to hire no security no more. I need to just have Kenya over because she be checking the whole situation.
You want to introduce me to this queen?
Yeah, this is Kenya. This is Bobby Steels. Bobby's my partner out here. He's one of the people been out here keeping me safe. So when you guys see this stream and all kinds of smoke and them flashbang grenades go off and everything, it's Bobby and Eric and a few other people who are always with me at all the time when I'm out here at night. So thank you, Bobby.
We got the art being hung right now.
Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you.
So they
It's crazy because when I decided to pull over and come on up here, when I'm walking over and I said, I wonder if I'm going to see O when I get up here. And literally, as soon as I hit the corner, who's the first person I see?
Right there.
The gentleman you were interviewing, who was that?
So they said that he was an alt-right, whatever, like, somebody from an alt-right reporter or blogger. And, they rushed him out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he might.
Eastern Washington.
He's from Moses Lake, and I guess he's an anti-abortion activist. But his angle on it, when it comes to like apparently what he's saying is that, and I mean, I asked him his opinion. I wanted to get his opinion and everything that's on there, but he was like, well, if black people really thought Black Lives Matter, then why are they aborting so many black babies? And so, that was his position over here. And he was like, man, does it really matter? And I guess, he moves around. I think he's got a very big following and everything else. But that's why I got him on tape, though. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Getting as many opinions over here is important. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And I want to be able to hear what everybody got to say. I wish I had more time in the day to be able to kind of hear people. You know what I'm saying? And so what I have seen here in all of these days that's been going on.
It's nice meeting you. You stay safe now. Y'all stay safe.
What I have seen here, Kenya, and Beezy was just out here. He was taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
Is that, it's hard to believe, I never looked at the footage. It sounds crazy, right? But when I'm filming, I don't see it, everything that's going on. I see something like an obstacle or something in front of me, but I never seen it. And then the other day, Bobby had some people filming me with just like a GoPro camera. And so I actually got to see footage of myself and what was going on. And I was like, golly. And it was almost like an emotional moment. Because I was like, that's what was going on around me. Because when you're just in the camera, you're just like, oh, you're trying to talk, man, this is going on here, blah, 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 blah. And you're not really absorbing everything that's going around. And when Bobby Stills replayed from the GoPros that followed me and I saw what was going on, I'm like, man. And that's what I'm saying is some people are really upset. Other people who were out here. I mean, and, my position is, Kenya, is that I wake up every day happy no matter what. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had some days where it went down, it got funky, but, man, every day I still just wake up happy, man, and thankful and optimistic and, and all of that. I mean, and I really have to be able to do this job, to be honest with you.
I hope that resolution does come, peacefully, safely.
Right.
The thing is that both sides want change. And the only way to do that is you got to come to the table and put your cards out, and I don't know. I don't know. It's the climate, like I said, what's been portrayed seems like it's scary. I have this, for me personally, this has been a hard week, just emotionally, listening and seeing the stuff that's been going on here around the country, drumming up old feelings about my cousin being killed. And then I got a son coming home that's getting out of prison, that's coming home. He hasn't been in this society in 7 years. So it definitely didn't look like this 7 years ago when he left. What's it gonna look like come end of the year when it's time for him to get out? What is going to be the climate out here? What is the personality of the police, that are going to be out here? He's scared, just as a black man in these streets, he's scared too, so that itself is overwhelming. As a mom, our job is to protect our children, and this is a society that is just taking over so much. We can't do that. We can't do that. I could pray over them and hope for the and pray for the best. It's scary. It's scary to have granddaughters, girls, grow up not knowing who's going to support them or find them at fault. It's just thinking about all different kind of stuff, it becomes overwhelming. It becomes overwhelming. I've been at work this week. I get a lot of calls from the public, especially about what's going on in these streets and stuff. I got called a black bitch this week by a citizen calling in. And as happy-go-lucky as I am and cool with everybody, I'm trying to put me back in the perspective of
Whose lives matter?
no matter what,
Say his
who's
name.
protesting, what they say, to me,
Now listen, I'm gonna tell you guys about
that's
a
what needs
person
to be
named
changed.
Sean Farr. Sean Farr was killed by his daughter. And they shot him in the back of his head.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Was that a weapon?
So we're going to about everything.
It was a weapon, bro.
Just about
But they
everything.
didn't care. They killed him anyway. So when I say his name, I want you guys to say Sean Farr. The reason why I say that is we have to make sure we hold these officers accountable.
See
if
you ever thought about people's sentiment up here on Capitol Hill,
Say his
you can
name.
read the graffiti.
Say his name. Say his name.
So
What do
that
we
right
want?
over there, they're having like
What do we want it?
community
What do we want?
organizational meeting.
What do we
That
want?
might be like that group right there. That might be security or logistics. It's not medics though. That might be security or logistics, and they're over there meeting up. They're making their plan. So they're saying at 8 o'clock tonight they got some speakers out here. The other night they showed a movie right here.
And I guess the biggest question of all,
What's the biggest question of all?
why ain't nobody scared that there's still a pandemic going on?
Well, I can tell you one thing. Is that depending upon who you talk to, the racism pandemic and the unhealing of America is more deadlier than the coronavirus. You know? But you do see a lot of masks out here. You see everybody's in a mask. Everybody's masked up, including you. Including you take off, it's free. Including you. And we'll go over here.
So who is that over there talking?
Man, who knows, man? You know, I mean, as all these guys, I didn't stop covering all the speakers, but man, sometimes the speakers, and I'm not saying about this particular gentleman, so I don't want anybody to take it that way. Sometimes the speakers, you know, I mean, they're sharing their personal stories, which is cool, or they just, you know, I was trying to stick to things that are immediately relevant to, you know, what's going on here in the zone. And not to say that what people, you know, telling their story isn't relevant, but sometimes they come and people just have like a speaker circle. Get it off your chest type thing. You know what I'm saying? So. That's what you see over here. So like here's another mutual aid over here, Kenya. See? Hand sanitizer, fruit, Cliff Bars, Rice Krispies. I mean, these guys. You know, and so there's quite a few on the mutual aid. You know, and if people want to donate, or actually that's a survey right there, I believe. They're doing a survey.
I saw a video online. 21-year-old in front of his house.
Hey, Ash, can I call you right back in like 2 minutes? Well, it's probably like 10 minutes. All right, bye-bye. Sorry. So, like I say, Ken, as the dogs be deep up here, I told you.
Dog over there panting, he can't breathe. He trying to tell you.
It's deep up here. So,
Break. That arm would come up over my chest, and I swear that arm would protect me from God himself.
That's intuition, baby. Granny's intuition.
Granny be knowing, huh?
Immediately I shouted, no! I couldn't I can still barely articulate what I saw. The amount of shame I would just feel if somebody assaulted my grandma. And I can't do nothing. It was heartbreaking. It was gut-wrenching. These are the moments that we all march for.
Yeah.
To be seen as human.
I mean, to be honest with you, somebody who's over here who's covering this story, maybe because I just desensitized now. This is like it's a bunch of people sitting around, man, who just talk about ideas and stuff and play in the park. You know what I'm saying? So it's
it brought us out.
You know.
Hey, and I can't go back to the way things were, y'all. I don't know about y'all. Keep the movement strong.
Hey, what's up, D? Okay, I'll be right here. Just call me when you arrive. You saw it's barricaded close to the exact location. So, just say you find a spot, give me a call. Huh?
I do dogs, just mine.
Yep, it's all. Okay, no, it's all good. So the thing is,
we have a group that are arranged to do a program from 5:30 to 7.
See, look, these guys, they got programming here. It's like being at the community center, right? Oh, we got another program. It's like growing up over at Miller, man, community center.
No, not Miller.
Going
north.
No.
He's going north.
What's past north?
We didn't do this at Miller.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, not like this. But I'm just saying, Mr. Rivers Robertson, rest in peace, he always had something lined up for us. Sit down, we're going to teach you kids how to play Uno. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Robinson was a good man, dog. Like, for real. And his son, Ajane. Man, life is precious, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is precious.
All right now.
Talking about Carmen Best, how hard it was to get the job.
Do you know?
I think this is CBC. Is it 5:30?
I walked in this precinct.
Yeah, can you hold this just like this for a minute so I can check this? Just make sure she's in the frame.
I did not know that
You got an email saying something.
and I fell to my knees and I cried.
How what you got, a supercharger on here, super battery or something?
Because Councilman Sam Smith from
You hear him? You hear her?
Yeah.
She just said Councilman Sam Smith. You hear what she said? See? And now you guys know what she's talking
Now you got me over here.
He deserves respect. Those people fought to get this precinct built. This precinct was built by African Americans. They're the ones that fought to make it here. If you have a problem in your home and you live in this area and you want police response in 3 minutes, you're supposed to get it. Now you might have to wait 20 minutes. Now you might have to wait 30 minutes. What you need to remember is Black lives do matter, but there's also Black lives that are police officers. They feel the same way that you do. I am not a police officer. I work with police officers who are every color of the rainbow. This precinct, they have had to look at me every day for several years.
Yeah, my girl
And I'm gonna tell you this.
was on one of the chairs.
Victoria Beach.
Felicia Cross, who works with Office of Police Accountability.
Police officers killing people is a national problem. It is a national problem. It's a national problem. Wait a minute.
We good.
You know what? I have African American brothers, sisters, sons.
Is that what's from Jack?
Do you know what?
Hey, what's up, family?
When my family is out here in these
Now look at Kenya. A few minutes ago, she was like, "Oh my God," but there she coming over here to de-escalate it. Now this is community. Look at that. Now that's Kenya. She just came over here for a tour, and she said she took it upon herself to try and go and bring some de-escalation over here to the situation. You know what I'm saying? This is This is, I mean, that's our community for you. This dude.
I'm gonna go to the memorial service.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm not gonna be afraid.
We storing Kenya security, man. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm with. So, okay, she said support the chief of police. She got some boosts. Okay, look at it.
You know what? One person. Don't round them up. Don't round them up. One person can. No, I know, but when I saw those, it looked like water to me. You ain't peaceful. I'm a daughter of Mississippi, and I said, "Wow, this man." I was like, "I know what's on." This man, he may not remember it, but he is. But we here to listen.
Yeah, she said we here to listen today. Wow. I hope you guys seen this. Yeah, go over there. Go over there, and you get the hand sanitizer over there. We'll see what we can do about the whiskey for you.
Give a round of applause, y'all. Give a round of applause.
Oh, no, look at this. Look at this. So now this woman was speaking, saying that the chief needs to be supported, and now this gentleman is going over here and you know, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I will say is this woman came in here and said something highly unpopular. She said something highly unpopular, but she's coming here and came in here.
She asked the question. She said, hold on, my brother. She asked us, why haven't we tried to not talk to the police? And that's not true. Chief Best came here this morning, but she stopped us. She was not trying to talk to the people at all.
Because you keep interrupting folks. Let her finish. That's because you interrupting folks. Let her finish. It's a respectful platform. Let her finish.
We the people.
And let her finish.
We the people.
Damn, Kenya, you like one man wrecking crew around here.
Doesn't sound like it. It's disrespectful.
Time for my I gotta spring into action real quick.
I was just at Bird's Red Apple about an hour ago. You know what they said to me? They said, "What's that ugly thing on your face?" That's what they said to me. They said, "You should probably get a college education." This was an hour ago. The guy said he was gonna beat my ass. He said, "If I wasn't at work, I'd beat your ass." All for being Hispanic. All for being, I did nothing wrong.
He didn't get his badge
We
number?
need to go down there right now.
We
need to go down there right now. That is an active thing. We need to go down there right now. We need to shut Bird's Red Apple down. That's a white. It was 5 managers. They all ganged up on me. I called them out for being racist. You know what they said? What you gonna do about it? That's what they said.
They're gonna make me call Trump.
So here's the thing, and you know, I don't know if you've been following me, the streamer. My name is Omari Salisbury. Right. And so here's the thing is you came out here today and you said something that might not have been popular. Clearly it wasn't as popular with the crowd. But can you explain why you came out here today and said that people need to support the police chief and they need to have more dialogue with the police chief? I'll be honest with you, man, I've been out 15 days. This is something I've never heard anybody get the microphone and say.
So the Seattle Police Department has an African American Community Advisory Council. It's the oldest advisory council for the Seattle Police Department. I personally have done volunteer time to keep it going, working and getting to know community members and making sure we have a community member that's willing to stand up and have dialogue with the Seattle Police Department. Our current chair has a relationship with the captain and the lieutenant of the East Precinct. Okay, and they are hiring African American people in different positions, okay? And the Seattle Police Department is at the forefront of relationships. They're at the forefront. So the thing is I know they've reached out to you and your leaders to have dialogue, and I think our chief wants to have smaller sessions. She might not want to meet with the antagonist because I was just attacked. I didn't expect that and I didn't know what to do. But I have worked in this building as a civilian, and I have watched African American officers be officers and try to work in this environment, and maybe there's only one, maybe there's only two. We we need more. We're at a point in time where our young men that live in this area, they can become explorers. The only way the police department is going to be better is to hire everybody and to bring everybody in. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted.
Yeah, no, I'm
also the secretary for the Black Law Enforcement Association of Washington. I'm on my way right now to a meeting so they can talk about this right here, because Black officers need support. They need support.
This is an amazing, other side of the issue.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I know Chief Best has reached out to have
your pen. Then go ahead and write it.
Give me 1 second.
Do what you gotta do, but taking a bunch of folk up there to write and do all that, what does that solve? Nada. Didn't I say 6 feet? Didn't I say 6 feet? You got 2 more to go. You got 2 more to go.
I thought this was
you
her.
got 2 more to go. I'm not gonna say it again.
Look at Kenya. She came up here to visit. She came up here to visit.
Here to say, what does the bickering back and forth do? If everybody is here for a peaceful protest, then give people a chance to speak. Not everybody is going to have the same opinion, but everybody gets to get up and talk. I don't agree with this man. He a black man. I don't mean I got to agree with him, but I got to let him talk. It's like he got to let somebody else talk. We are all here to say what's on our minds and our hearts. I'm not done. I know you can't, because this ain't a Q&A. 6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet. So now you're in my personal space, my brother. 6 feet.
The crowd's cheering 6 feet. B, I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
No respect. No respect.
That's somebody's grandma.
Portrayed on the media. That's what's being portrayed on social media and everything. Is that you all are here to no respect. I came down here to see for myself what's going on. All I see is from what I scroll through on Facebook, from what I listen to on Q13. I came to see for myself what the hell is going on with my city. This is not what they're showing you. This ain't what they're showing you. They're showing you the man that runs through the crowd shooting people. That's not respect. We are all here to respect. We got a platform to talk. We all get a chance to do that. I'm not here to rile you up so that we can go and bang on somebody because they mad because I'm black or Hispanic or whatever. I didn't come here for that. That's not what, that does not help my Black Lives Matter. That don't help my Black Lives Matter. You want to know what helps me?
Guess she had a lot to say.
Getting over. Matter of fact, any color who thinks that they're getting over. It's your mindset. That's what has to change before your actual, what you're out here doing changes. You got to change your mindset. That's what we're asking. Change your mindset. See me as a different person.
Man,
yeah,
this woman walked in here.
But my future is way brighter. I can't do that by myself. I need my village. You guys are supposed to be a village. Y'all supposed to be our village. We all supposed to be in this together. We supposed to be in this together. I don't give a damn what anybody got to say. This is my opinion. This is my platform. I get to feel this way.
You get your opinion.
Y'all get to feel.
She has her opinion.
And let me tell you something. The only way that change can come from the police, the thing about it is, and I literally just asked him on camera, I asked him. My bad. Y'all, I know y'all hear me though. The only way that change is going to happen, everybody got to put the cards out on the table. If you want, y'all want change, they want change. But how do we make that happen? Tearing folks' shit up. Innocent people who own these businesses and whatever and whatnot, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for this. Check this out. I'm talking about right here and right now. Listen, Papa. Listen, Papa. Listen, Papa. I know you. I know what you have done. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, like you, when you was camping out in the, you know what?
You know what? I'm going to pray for you. I got blessed over you. That ain't nothing but blessing over there. But like I said, let's all be respectful and allow everybody a chance to speak. That's what this is about. That's what y'all came to see, right? Ain't that what y'all came to see? Everybody get a chance to voice their opinion, right? Is that what, free speech? Is that free speech?
Look at you. I can't take you nowhere.
I believe in God.
Hey, silence.
Please. No, we don't. Hey, Omari.
Hey, what's up?
And act like you want to take a gang of people and go riot up there. What the hell is that going to do? What is that going to do? We got some hand sanitizer. Baby, you give me some hand sanitizer. You got some Jameson too. Shit, I need that.
Oh, I got the Jameson down here.
Man, if you don't.
Oh, come on.
I am a granny. I got babies out
That's what I was trying to tell him. You talking to somebody, grandmama, you know what I'm saying?
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I definitely think we needed someone to.
Somebody telling me to shut up because they watching.
Yes.
Hey, man. You better leave me alone, bro.
You know what's crazy is, so the reason I'm following her is she saw the stuff on TV and she came up here. We're from the same neighborhood, so I recognized her. And I said, let me give you a tour of everything. And we went and toured, and she was like, man, it's not like on TV. You know what I'm saying? But
very, very important, powerful.
yeah, I mean,
and to incite a crowd to go down someplace.
Yeah, I mean, it's what is that? And man, you know what? People got to get over this. Well, just because you're black and I'm white, it has to be this, it has to be that, man. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? There's specific issues around that, man. But you know, that can't be a blanket statement.
You are doing such a difficult thing. And this is all a part of the learning process of learning how to speak strongly, but effectively, and hearing what everybody has to say. And she made some wonderful points that really have to be out there. So, but this whole forum is so challenging because we don't know how to do this. And so we're all kind of feeling our way. But you're in the forefront, and it's just so wonderful.
Right. People are feeling their way through it.
Our media addiction and our relying on these sound bites is so essential, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and the best thing is about the stream is it's unedited. It's this and that. I've talked to somebody. I started off with Chief Best. I had an interview with Chief Best for 30 minutes today. So I interviewed her. And then, you know, I talked to the guy that they called the right winger and they kicked out. Turns out that he's some abortion activist from Moses Lake, and you know, and that was his agenda. Then I talked to the guys that are all the way over here, and you know, and something like mutual aid. Then I talked to Kenya, who it's her first time. All she's seen is the sound bites and on the social media. So you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to try to give as many people as many perspectives as possible, because you know, the other thing is you know, I haven't seen any local news because it's crazy. I'm out here all day. I will say that it's tough. No matter who it is, but because you got 30 minutes to put all the news in. And so it's not really a forum. I think that what people need to understand is that broadcast news is just one soundbite or whatever to pique your interest. And now it's up to you to exaggerate the news. Well, yeah, but it's right. I mean, I've streamed if I streamed 10 hours a day for 14 days, I'll bring that down. I've streamed at least 100 hours directly from the people, the front line, you know, that pink umbrella video, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I've filmed all of that, and it's out there. And it's accessible. And the thing is like, man, it's at this day and age, if people are only relying upon the news, that's why she came though. She was like, man, I'm not just gonna rely upon the news. So she came out here to see it for herself, and I think that's, you know, what people might want to do, you know. And if you can't make it out here, there's so many streams online. There's so many things on.
New York Times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're wonderful. Both of you are very wonderful.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
You being here and putting all this effort.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a very difficult journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Kenya. So the people from NBC News are calling me. I've been talking to NBC News and CBS all day. So I think they're getting ready. Let me see here.
Leslie White and 122 Madison Street.
So. Oh, so no. I mean, actually, wow, this is great. So NBC News is asking me a question, everybody, over the stream. So I'm talking to a correspondent from NBC News, and what he has said, he's like, man, this thing looks pretty mellow. He's like, is it mellow? And I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty mellow. So maybe we're gonna give one more swoop around for the correspondent for NBC News, and we can kind of give him, one more lap. I'm just gonna walk down the hill and walk back up. I don't know if you're up for it or not, or if you're gonna get out of here.
Who got a 5 in their pocket? I need a small bottle of Jameson.
No, I got. Just follow me. All right. So, again, I'm sorry, brother. So, we got our guys from NBC News, and they said that they're on the stream and they've been checking it out. So we're gonna give him a sweep back through. You know what I'm saying? Like all eyes are on Seattle. This is town hall meetings over here. They've been having town hall meetings and break hall sessions.
It's nothing but a fucking hashtag. That's what it is. Okay? That's what the fuck it is. Let's be real here.
Glad you guys didn't pick up the feed.
So for all
you got a lot of bleeps.
That want to sit here and tell me that I'm not black.
This is
when I walk through the streets every day.
This is the precinct right here, Tim, and the front door. And so before this morning, this area where you see glass, all it had wood and everything else that was going on here. The police re-entered this building at 8 a.m. And this is Pine Street. Actually, they've renamed this Black Lives Matter Way. And they're going to do the unveiling tonight. Kenya. And I mean, we see a lot of people. Like I said, this is the town hall meeting that's been going on up there. We're now, right on, man. We're now walking west on Pine.
See, that scares me. He got a whole mask on. What are you doing?
Oh, he's just, he's a lucha libre, maybe. It's what it.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, it's like the wrestlers from Mexico. They wear the mask and everything. So we're walking down on Pine. So listen, I'm gonna let you in over here, and you just help yourself, and I'll be back in Kenya. Hold on a second. Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I got footage coming in tomorrow.
Do you?
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah, I know you do.
Thank you.
I need it too. I don't know why.
Hey, what's up, Jordan? This is Kenya. You'll find what you're looking for in here. Help yourself. I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? He'll show you. All right, so let's head back down here. Like I said, told you guys, I've been getting hit up all day, and so the guys from NBC News had just told me that they're on the feed here. So we're walking westbound, and actually, Tim, all you guys over there, this was the original Western Barricade. So when you look at the last footage, I'll be like, hashtag Western Barricade and all those kind of things. This was the Western Barricade right here, and this is actually the place where it got funky. This is the pink umbrella moment, where you saw the pink umbrella and how everything went downhill fast. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, one of the craziest things about this protest, man, is that barricade, the issues of a barricade here. So now we've come down to the lower area right here, and we see there's a mutual aid. You see the blue tents over there, mutual aid. Let me take you over here real quick, Tim. Let's look at this is what a lot of people so I'll be honest with you. If you're a politician or a community leader and you come down here and you want to impress people or whatever else, man, stop here. You know what I'm saying? Or stop at mutual aid. I'm giving you guys some free hand tips out there, so when you come back here, you can come. You know, the community members, the protesters, people in the neighborhood, they built this memorial wall. They've put these candles out here. Light a candle or do something. And I think people might feel that you're here more than just to be here. You know what I'm saying? That you might actually trying to build a relationship with them. At least that's what I've noticed from my reporting now for the last few weeks. Street art gonna get street art, man. And there's lots of street art out here. And for people watching nationally and internationally, the Capitol Hill area is the arts district of Seattle. You know what I'm saying? And you'll find it's art everywhere. These guys don't waste any time. We see a gentleman right here doing wood carving. How about this? So, you know, hello, sir. I'm good. How are you, sir? Fantastic. Huh? Sir is your father. Whew. Man. So that's mutual aid over there. And for people, I think a lot of people are getting to know mutual aid because of COVID and everything. But mutual aid is all this stuff is free, you know? So whether it's a kind bar or water, hand sanitizer, toothbrush, towel, fruit. Hey, what's happening? How are you? Good to see you. Fruit, some of everything else. All this stuff is free, and like I said, it's mutual aid, right? So yeah, it's Omari.
Your voice, brother.
What's up, man? Oh yeah, no problem. So over here, they, like I said, they renamed this Black Lives Matter Way, and I think there's 16 letters in that altogether. And so they've commissioned 16 different artists to all paint a letter. And we'll see, they might be unveiling that here today. So we're gonna walk further west on Pine Street. We're gonna go around the Mural, and then on the other side of the Mural, I'll take you over there to Cal Anderson Park. Let's see here. Here's an artist right here. Looks like he has the letter M. Oh, you got it. I'm doing good. How are you? I mean, you know, this is the jazz, man. You know what I'm saying? And the sun, for different people watching around the world, Seattle's position in the northern hemisphere, this time of year, it doesn't actually get dark until about 10 p.m. The sun will go down about 9 something, and you get total darkness, maybe 9:45. So, you know, it's lots of daylight, and you'll find people are going to be out here kind of just like this, until dark. This is the letter B right here. And yo, hey, I got the people from NBC News. They're watching the feed, so I'm just showing them everything. Hey, no, you're awesome too. You guys are more awesome than me. All right. So we'll give everybody a view down the stream. Excuse me. Oh. And so here goes your shot right here of this mural being worked on and it all coming together and everything else. All right. And when we come, hey, how are you? We're gonna roll over here to Cal Anderson Park. And now, since I know we got these national eyes and international eyes, I know some of you guys have heard this before, but it's all good. You know, I always like to try to educate people as much as possible when on these streams. So this is Cal Anderson Park, and Cal Anderson was the first openly gay legislator here in the state of Washington. Passed away some years ago, but he left a big footprint, not only in the gay community, but across in the black community as well, man. You know, he worked who worked tirelessly, really, in both communities, man. Cal Anderson was a good guy. So this is Cal Anderson Park. And during the standoff, I tell you, I got so many standoff stories. A lot of times, man, it'd be, you know, the protest is going on just a few hundred feet away, and people are over here playing with super soakers and ultimate frisbee and all kinds of stuff like that, you know. But what's up, man?
I just want to let you know, I was watching all that stuff when it went down.
I
I know you're trying to be impartial and all that stuff as a media person, but you being from here and doing what you did was absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much, man.
What?
Being from Renton,
No,
Seattle,
you're
Skyway, all
welcome.
this area all the time,
Well, you know that.
it was absolutely necessary.
Hey, I mean, we're just trying to tell the story, bro. You
I
know,
know
let
you
the
did.
phone tell it, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm thank you for.
But you having the guts to be out there on the line with that, you're the only one. You know, I mean, I'm not the only one, but
Yeah.
the one
Well,
telling the story the right way. I
Well,
appreciate
we've been here every day. With thank you.
Every day.
Have a good day, yo. You know, I'm streaming, just so you know, whatever you're gonna say to me, it's like a lot of people out here.
No, it's cool. So look, I was trying to get a hold of Tune because I had a pair of his glasses.
Oh man, Ray, I gotta talk to you about. I'm no disrespect, bro, but you know, I got NBC News watching my stream. I can't talk to you about Tune's glasses right now.
I know. I'm just trying to get in contact with him.
Bro, I mean, I don't know. I mean, give me your phone. I'll put the number in there. So again, this is Cal Anderson Park, and this is the Chaz. You know what I'm saying? That we hear a lot of people talking about. There you go. It's right there. It's already in your phone. Yep, you're good. Yep. Hey, Anaya, I'm not being funny. I don't want you to take it that way at all. You know, it's just hella everybody's here. Just hit, you already, man. I appreciate that love, man, and that understanding, right? Just hit me. If you're gonna be out here for a minute, I'm only gonna be out here for like 20 more minutes. Okay. So this is the Chaz. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Yes. Hi. How are you? You got
Trying to do that interview today?
Oh, you want to do the interview today? Yeah, I can do an interview with you in like 45 minutes. Just hit me. Yup. So we're gonna go back over here to the border. Those are again mutual aid tents over there. Yo, the other day, man, and for people that watching all over, like I said, mutual aid, these people, everything is donated out here, everything is free. They even had massage therapists out here. They said they were giving massages and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, they stepped it up. So this is what I'm talking about. For 2 weeks, all I've been getting is Cliff Bars out here.
This is what you need.
And look at this.
This is our fourth service. The last 3 we've been over on 11 and Height.
Okay.
We've been able to hang out for about 2-3 hours as long as supplies last. We've been serving about 100 to 200 people each time.
100, 200 people, huh?
We're completely donation funded.
Okay.
It's been a blast.
And how important is mutual aid to, I guess, the whole protest movement that's out here?
I mean, it's a two-way street, really. Like, if y'all weren't out here protesting, we wouldn't be able to be out here feeding you guys, and it's vice versa. Like, we're here to help support you guys.
Okay, and just to let you know, I'm not a protester, but
I've been following you on Facebook and everything. Dude, you've been my fucking my eyes on the street.
All right, well,
let's get that propane
just in case, I would take one. I'm not hungry today, but if anybody out there wants to be supportive of this gentleman's, this is 100% donation funded. Yeah, you know, feel the front line. This man, that's actually a good one there.
We'll be donating all of our remaining proceeds to BLM Seattle, any bail funds, and all that.
All right. Good luck. Yeah, no problem. So, there you go. These guys are over here. They're making like something with noodles. They're cooking it up. Again, all free. You know. So, here's the border. At least one of the borders here. Or barriers. And I'll be honest with you. You're more likely to get stopped by somebody who wants you to sign a petition to tax Amazon than you are for somebody who's gonna sit over here and ask you for an ID card. I'm just being honest. Like this is a porous border here. People, it's not going down like that. You know, for you guys that have been on the stream for a minute, you saw like me and Kenya, you know, walk through so many of these barriers. Here comes two people right here. Let's just watch them walk through. There you go. So I think when people talk about some of these things, and like, man, I'm just showing you guys, man, on the stream. You know, you could turn my commentary off and the camera will still show you what it's showing you. It's like watching the NBA on TV. You can listen to the commentators or not, but the game is still going on. And so, you know, what we're showing you right here is that, of what it's like here. We'll come back out tonight. Last night, man, I was beat up. We had to get up really early. Did a lot of national interviews. It's up at like 3:30, 3:45 this morning. So all these shows were based on the East Coast. So I was in bed early. I think that the band was playing last night. We put Joey's stream on there for you guys. But now we're back over here, back to Pine Street. And here we go. You know, somebody brought out some furniture. Yo. Yeah. I'm on my way up there right now. The police are set up a barricade up here. I got the message while we were on the phone that they have set up a barricade. So we'll go and check on that. But again, this is the Chaz, man. And, you know, I mean, this is why we always want to try to get this at different times of the day and different whatever. I mean, we saw when Kenya was there and people were talking, she had to go and flex and do all that kind of stuff or whatever. Huh? Oh, you in the studio? Hey, what's up? What's happening? Hey. Oh, is that the art that's going in the studio? Oh, okay. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm sorry, excuse me. I need to get right here. Yeah, thank you. No problem. So this is Stephanie. She's Stephanie Morales in the building. What's the Twitter? _AXSM. And yeah, and that's Art Time Stephanie Morales.
That's me.
Yo. Oh, look at you.
Hi.
This the honeycomb hideout over here. Here you go. So this.
Yeah. So these are gonna go up.
So Stephanie, it's just down there. So basically, we got where we're doing our production, because I've been doing a lot of national interviews and international interviews, and there's no art on the wall here. And so we asked Stephanie to be able to bring some art on the wall, because I've been doing these interviews. It's just been you know, a white background or some kind of photo. And so, oh, that's dope. Yeah. And so, yeah, so we've asked.
You did all this today?
No.
What's up, Mom?
No. I've been doing this for a while.
I was about to say, girl, you.
Yeah, I'm live right now, Mom.
I'll be down here live painting though tonight.
Yeah.
I think
Okay, Mom.
Speaking, and I'm gonna do some live art.
Was that today?
Mm-hmm. Tonight at 9.
Tonight at 9? Okay, so I'll catch you. But voila.
That's past my bedtime.
Yeah. What's up? You good? You got refreshed?
This is really how you gonna catch me on camera.
Yeah. I caught you on camera laying the smack down.
I got my.
We was
I
up
didn't
there.
mean for that.
No.
No, I really didn't.
I tell you, it's Kenyan security around here, man.
No, it is not.
Firing all the other agencies. If you guys are watching, don't even show up to work, because Kenya do the work with like 5 or 6 of you guys.
I'm a lazy worker. Don't trust me. I'm lazy. Don't trust me. I'm lazy.
But you know, this is it's funny, like how you showed up right when I was like turning the corner, and we had an opportunity to walk around and everything, because
I literally, it's so crazy because I literally
I'm gonna get on this side of you.
Out of my car, and I was walking, and I was pulling out my phone to call you to see if you was up here. And as soon as I hit the corner, I see you.
There you go. Well, I mean, this type of reporting today very well might not have happened if I hadn't seen you. You see what I'm saying? Like, we've walked around the area twice. You know, seen everything. I got you. Come this way, can you? Hey, how are you? You know my mom? My mama just called me too. I was like, Mom.
But thank you for everything you're doing.
Very welcome, ma'am.
Thanks for all the streaming, Omari.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, I know your mom and your brother.
But you know the family. That's why I had to stop cursing on the stream.
Yeah. And I saw what Rico Bembry and I go way back. We worked together. I saw what he said about your brother's campaign. He says, I know he's going to be good because I know his mama. And if he's not doing right,
you gonna go tell my mama. That's right.
I'm Stephanie.
It's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Yeah, we're going to do this.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I'm old and, older.
No problem, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you for everything.
You're very welcome.
You're the only one telling the truth down here.
You're very welcome. No problem.
Why is it so easy to take over this building? Why is it so easy to take over this building?
The one where there's the most understanding.
That the African American community asks for. They asked for this building.
Right.
Sam Smith signed off on it. Look him up. It's in the archives.
Kenya. Where'd this woman go? Oh, there she is. Oh, look, she's checking the situation. You know, Kendra, that's how it goes down.
If you're telling a lie about me, I'm going to stop you direct.
I'm about to be transparent. I'm that black woman.
You should get the Trojan horse they did, right? They just did.
Where's the barricade at?
They came out the shop. They, pigs popped off on the front and then waited for them to come out and they were trying to push forward through the gate. They sprayed, knocked a couple people down. A Trojan horse, bro.
What's going on?
That's grimy. While Durkins is over at Langston Hughes with agents sitting next to him.
But guess what?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to go down there right now and get some.
I got a piece of the feed from one girl in there. Somebody was keeping.
And where was that? In here? Down there?
Langston Hughes. They were keeping people outside.
I'm coming. I want to talk to you about Langston Hughes. I want to think.
Peace and blessings to you, baby. Karma has no expiration date, baby.
They're looking for you over there back in the room.
Damn, Kenya. Pretty soon they're going to put you on community council. You don't even live up here.
Give me your email.
I didn't.
Are you one of the leaders?
No, hell no, I ain't one of the leaders.
Oh, you're not?
I'm with media, ma'am.
Oh, you're.
And I don't want to be one of these.
So you don't want to sit down with the community? You don't want to sit down?
I don't want to sit down with the community.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I don't want to sit down with no politicians like that. I mean, I'll do an interview, but I'm good. I don't. That's not my role, my function, or nothing. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all good. What's up, bro? It's right there. Who are you with?
You would think ABC Australia.
Oh, ABC Australia. You see this? Australia.
Shauna Rayners. Shauna Rayners, you have lost your wallet. There's a gentleman by the sound system who would like to return it.
So now, this is a news crew from Australia. I watch Channel 7 from Australia. Yeah. It's always good to see what the Aussies are thinking. This isn't Como 4. No, he's a guy from Australia. He's got an Australian accent. This is Kenya. This is wild. She gotta come up here more often.
We are all here to make sure change. Right now, change is forward. So Black people. Black lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. But right now, what we're talking about, the topic right now, is Black lives matter. And that's what we all come together for. We, despite what might be portrayed in the media, despite what folks might see, we are a peaceful community. I grew up with the teaching of it takes a village. Nobody can do it by themselves. I need my village to be able to go forth. I need my village. Your village can consist of whoever. I don't care if you're white, you're orange, you're Australian, you're African, you're Chinese. I don't care what you are. You got my back, I got yours. Right. Well, so actually, that was not me. That was another individual that, yes, the people of color, black people, started the Black Lives Movement. And from what it looks like, what you see on social media, that it looks like now you have more other races out here to our own. At the same time, though, we have had our own streets. We had a last Sunday on Greater Beach. Verbally, no drama, no nothing. Yeah, we were on time. Our community. That's how it's being portrayed. The president is describing me and he don't know me.
She said the president ain't describing me. He don't know me.
He don't know my background.
This quote's gonna make it in. She said.
That's what he thinks. What he thinks is right somebody could have said things said it was being said. You know, so it's I'm a Seattle resident. I was raised here. I've been here pretty much all my life. I was raised here. I was raised in the Central area, around this area, and I'm South. I think that there south. There's a time and a place that it's actually effective. You know, I want to see change in my community, but I also want to see it done peacefully. Thinking about this here, this is supposed to be a gathering of peaceful people where everybody has a chance to speak. Everybody has a platform. When you come and you're covered up and you got mask on and you got bullhorns around you, bullhorns in your hand, when you get in the face of a woman, I don't care that it's a black woman.
Yeah, she got a point there, dude. People getting aggressive towards women.
First of all, 6 feet, you can still a pandemic going on. Second of all, that's not how you respect a woman. I just tried to go and talk to him. He said he would do that to his own money. Baby, I ain't got nothing but blessing all year and peace and goodwill. You can't change that mind. Just like a race, you can't change that mind. You can't change it. I can try, or I can move on to those
You came up here just to see what was going on. She's going to be on TV in Australia.
They wanted to hear about change. Everybody had an opinion. Everybody gets to state that. They don't want to come up with a good one.
Yeah, the bike cops are there. We're getting ready to go down there right now as soon as this interview is over with.
I don't care what you out here for. Y'all could be protesting the Lion Eater or whatever it is, the Tiger King. I don't care. Everybody gets a chance.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Now I need more whiskey.
Hey, so look, I just want to check. My name is Omari.
Oh, hi.
I've been out here for the last 2 weeks. Bryce all over my face. I'm the one who shot that umbrella.
Oh, really?
And everything else. I'm just letting you know. Just, as a journalist.
Yeah.
Just a journalist. If any information, background information, stuff like that, not necessarily on camera. Yeah. I know you guys have just come in here.
Yeah, sure.
Been out here for 14 days.
Can I get your cell number?
Yeah, of course.
I can't.
Just make sure to top it up.
My bad, bro. Okay.
You know, I used to be a foreign correspondent when I worked over in the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, I worked in Dubai, in Tanzania, and a few other Bahrain as a foreign correspondent. So that's why I saw you from Australia. I just gave you my hold this so I can write it. I don't because I'm streaming. I don't want to say my number on there. Just hold this for me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to be seen? Do you want to? Should we turn this on you?
No. We
Come
don't-
on.
As long as my number doesn't get out. Yeah. It's, well, here we go. So listen, if you got any questions, just on background stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Thank you so
just
much.
hit me. You let me know.
Thank you.
All right.
See you around.
Yeah. All right. So Kenya, where's she at? She doing. This is wild up here. She came up here for a tour.
You say you were a foreign correspondent and a journalist of some sort of organization?
Yeah, I'm a journalist. I guess I'm the citizen journalist. That's what it is. Kenya! What's this girl? What's up with you, man?
Well, I mean, I'm a prospecting journalist. I got, my own thing going on, obviously. But, I just kind of wanted to figure out, what you're doing down here, and how you're doing it.
Right. Yeah, well, no, I've been out for a long time. You're on Facebook, man. Check me out. My name is Omari Salisbury. Kenya! Yeah, it's Omari Salisbury. I gotta get down here to the barricade, man. It looks like the police they're doing something down there. Yeah. So, anyways, this has been interesting, man. And you see that what's occurred here is, Kenya showed up, just wanted to see what was going on. We took a few laps around. She got involved in the conversation, ended up getting interviewed by ABC Australia, and I don't know where she's at now, but it's good because she came.
But that's also, let's go back to
She came, she saw for herself. And I think that if there's anything in this video that people might be able to see is like, man, get out. You know what I'm saying? Don't take the news word for it. Come out and see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if Kenya getting off work, she a grandma, and getting off work, she can come up here, you know what I'm saying, and see it for herself. Hey, what's up, guys? Then, man, I heard there was some lineup out here. Police were just here.
Yeah, they came out of the precinct. They left. They pepper sprayed a bunch of people right here.
Somebody got pepper sprayed?
That way.
Huh.
But apparently they're putting on gas masks right now, and they're about to come.
Putting on gas masks? That would be a major escalation, man. I don't know. I don't see that happen. I mean, I don't disbelieve you, but I'm just like, damn.
Someone came and said it, so I have no idea.
Yeah. What's up, man?
I just want to say hi because that's my mom and my fiance.
Oh, is this hi? Are you saying hi, Mom? Yeah. Hi, Mom. There it is. Hi, Mom. All right. What's up? Yeah, no problem. You're welcome, man. Wow. So, yeah. So, we're masking up, man. I thought these days was over. Just putting the mask on. We got the helicopter in the air overwards, too. Not sure what that's about. So, these things are hard to be heard through. So, maybe you can nod up and down. Are you thinking that the police might be coming back through here tonight and using a gas? See you putting the mask on. I thought we were done with the mask. Damn. Shit. Oh, I was gas 5. See, I got my one up on you. So they're putting a gas mask. I heard somebody got maced over here.
Yeah, 2 people right here. So they left. We put up the barricade, and while we were putting the barricade up, they maced everyone.
They maced everybody over here, huh? Wow. Man, I put my gas mask up. I put my bulletproof vest up. You know what I'm saying? I was doing good. Hold on. Dick, yo. Hey, meet me right in front of the East Precinct, like a East Precinct entrance. I'm coming there right now. All right.
Hey, word has it the cops are in the area and they're masking up.
Yeah, they keep saying they're masking up. It would be difficult to the police I mean, crazier things happen though, so it very well could be going down. I mean, everybody keeps reporting the same thing over here. There's security guys. What they're saying is that, what they're reporting is that the police, and what we don't know is what precipitated that. They said that they were putting their barricade up and the police came by and just maced them. So, but I'm sure there might be one or two details that we don't know. But those guys are putting their gas masks on. We got a helicopter right above us. I will say this though, I've seen this thing go from 0 to 100 real quick, y'all, up here. But let me show you some of this art. There he is. Hey everybody. So if you ever wanted to see my A1 from day one, my very best friend in the world, you know what I'm saying? It's my guy Big D, man. He's talking to the world, man. It's through Twitch, woke, everything. It's probably like 30, 40,000 people. It's like 700 on Facebook. I know you know a lot of people on Facebook, but a lot of people are taking my feed now and they're putting it into different platforms all over the country and everything. This is my very best friend. Me and D are really, man, you know what I'm saying? From Maine to Spain and from Turkey to Albuquerque. You know what I'm saying? Both from the Central District of Seattle to the world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so good to see you. You know what I'm saying? This is my guy right here. Shit. I was thinking I didn't have to put the vest on, but yeah, they want to. No, it's fine. Yeah, they want to come back. So Dwayne Trahan said, D. Yeah, what you say? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so this is the Chaz, man. It's Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. That's how it goes down. So, hey, what's up, guys? You all right? Everybody okay? There's the entrance right here. Yo! Oh, no, they'll be all right. So, yeah, this is currently the Seattle People's Department. But, you know, Chief said they're taking it back. So, yeah, I don't know, man. This helicopter's still in the air. The guys over there on the borders are putting on their gas masks.
Yeah, they're getting ready to. So that.
Oh, you saw the police?
Well, no. I saw people facing that area. There's like a big crowd of people facing like.
Okay, I'm trying to verify pepper spray. That would be good. So, let me do this because D's here, man. And you know what people have been telling me? People have been telling me for the last 2 weeks, they've been, Omari, you got to practice some self-care. I'm like, man, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Is that like healthcare? You got to get some self-care. You got to get some you time. You got to do some things that are good for you. Guys, if I could share something with you on this stream, that one of the best things for me, as I said, is friendship is essential to the soul. And my soul is always at ease when my best friend right here shows up. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been, we didn't expect to catch all this stuff on the stream here. I'm going to let you guys go for now. I hope the guys watching on the feed from NBC News and some of the other news outlets, you guys are seeing for yourself what's going on out here. And, you know, your viewers can make a decision for themselves. I'll be back later on tonight. Sounds like a lot of community people will be here and everything else. But me, I'm going to go and catch up with my best friend here who I haven't seen in quite a long time. God bless y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.